welcome everybody to Diamond Zone. Hi. Okay, we have a big Diamond Zone plan for you guys. It is Thursday, right? What are we? September 7th. Wow, September 7th, and just a couple of housekeeping notes, guys. Obviously, remember the Las Vegas event. You do not want to miss that event. It's the first international conference in the United States. So talk about infancy stages. You'll never forget this first event in the United States by corporate. A lot of great announcements, guys. Telling you right now, now's the time to reach out to everybody. Okay, everybody's looking for an opportunity to be first in a company that will become a billion-dollar story. I know we're doing a lot of launch calls for a lot of you. I want to shout out to our brand new Dutch team out in Holland that just got involved with us. I know we have people on here from Nigeria. Welcome, Nigeria. These guys are persevering, guys. You talk about challenges. You talk about going through the climb. You talking about, right, struggles. I mean, these guys are trying to figure out the internet, and these guys are trying to figure out shipping. But you know what? That little core group that's out there in Nigeria, okay, you watch that team because they're persevering through all the struggles, and you watch where the success stories come from. It's not about, okay, getting involved when everything's perfect. The opportunity lies when things aren't perfect. And that's why I appreciate everybody on Diamond Zone. And what we try to do here every day is give you encouragement to keep moving, to keep climbing, right? To keep doing what you have to do, right? So you could be the next success story in Business for Home magazine, okay? So that leads me, guys, to introducing you to our guest speaker today. Let me just set it up this way. You know, we've been in the industry for 24 years, Lisa and I. And, you know, when you're in an industry, you know, and you're persevering and you're making things happen, okay, understand there's a lot of ways to build your business. A lot of ways to build your business. And as you know, okay, as you know that in multi-level marketing, what's it about? Talking to people, period. The end. End of story. If you're not talking to people, I promise you, you're not growing your team. And there's many different ways to talk to people. And the easiest way in the beginning is what? People you know. Okay? And that's never going to change because that's where you get your education. That's where you get some success. But there's other ways now. And I'm telling you, and I'm being transparent here. Okay? I'm old school. I'm as old school, and when social media hit me, just really basically recently, okay, I had to get my hands around it. Okay, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all these different things coming at me. All I knew was what? Talk to people, get them to a meeting. Talk to people, get them to a meeting. And we've done very well. But you guys, now there's ways to hone your skills. And I'm so very appreciative to bring in Melanie. Melanie, I'm going to unmute you because, Melanie, unmute yourself. How do I say your last name?
It's Militex. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Melanie Militex. I love that.
Militex.
Okay. Huh?
Melanie Militex. And as my daughter would say, Melanie Militex, multimillionaire. She coined it, not me.
The 3 M's.
All the M's, yes. Talk
about M&M's. My favorite candy, by the way. Okay. So anyway, I'm so appreciative. Melanie, guys, I'll go out on a limb. I'll say it, an industry legend. Anybody who has a history and success record that she has, she was featured in Business for Home magazine, guys, as you can see here. Okay. Look at how she turned mom's little home-based business into a multi-million-dollar corporation. So Melanie, I appreciate you being on the call. This is Diamond Zone, Melanie, and I know I've filled you in, but every day we have people from all around the world that are taking this journey, as you know, in multi-level. And these are, you know, I always teach this. You may have 10,000 people in your organization, but the ones that support the system are the ones you really have. This is my team, Melanie, so I want you to know who your audience is.
Awesome.
Okay? Appreciate you, girl. And let me give you controls.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I could do this. Let's see if we could do this seamlessly. Make co-host. Boom. Yes. Tell me if you got controls now.
I do.
Oh gosh, I just gave Melanie control, guys. You know what that means for me.
Here we go.
All right, Melanie, welcome.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And I have to say I'm incredibly honored that you would have me here with your top leaders, because I know exactly what that means. You and I both know that the top percentage of your organization produces all of the volume. So I want to congratulate all of you who are here for achieving the commitment to yourself and your family to take this time out to learn skills that will pay more than just the bills. Let me just get to present here. Can you see that okay, Jeff? Wait, there we go. Live and in color?
I can see it. And by the way, everybody, this is being recorded, so don't freak out. It's being recorded.
Awesome. So as I said, I want to welcome you today and congratulate you for taking the time out, because time is our most valuable commodity and most people are not committed at the level that you are. So congratulations on being you. I want you to pat yourself on the back before we even get started, because that is critical. Now, if you have any issues whatsoever, please just refresh and come back and know that this is recorded. We want to get a nice, clean recorded, so stay muted. So I want to congratulate you for being here and for learning from people like Jeff. Now, Jeff's got 26 years in the industry, and in my mind, that makes him the legend, okay? And I have been very, very careful over time to learn from the best of the best. Some of my friends have been in network marketing for 35 years plus, and those are the people that I take my when I need to consult with somebody, that's who I go to. That's who I learn from and who I go to. And I've been at this for 16 years, so you're in good hands today. I've got some pretty amazing things to share with you. What we're going to talk about today is LinkedIn. And I'm here to tell you that LinkedIn absolutely is a untapped gold mine. There's no other way to put this. Now, I've been online for 16 years, and I have used social media marketing before it had a name of social media marketing or attraction marketing. I think we coined it back in the day. And this world changes. It changes rapidly. And if you're still trying to do the things that you were doing 3 or 4 years ago to build your business using social media platforms that are harder than ever to generate real business on, then you've got to open your eyes to know the fact that, if you keep doing the same thing you've always done, you're going to get what you always got. And if you're not getting what you want, then I'm going to ask you to open your mind and get your buns over to LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is where your money is. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the things that you've got to do before you even start throwing, spaghetti at the wall on LinkedIn. We're going to get you set up properly. We're going to talk about how you can make unlimited prospects. Okay, there's a little bit of a limit. It's 30,000 connections. Okay, 30,000. So just think about the other network that you might be on right now and how few that is. We're talking 30,000. And we're going to probably one of the most important things I want to make sure that I get in your hands today is how to approach the network like a professional instead of like a spammy amateur, because that is what a lot of network marketers, direct sellers, affiliates, anybody with a link is doing on LinkedIn to these professionals, and they are killing our prospects. So you're going to come across like the professional that you are, and you're going to build a massive business using LinkedIn. And I am going to make sure that you know this secret, okay? There's people who think they know what they're doing on LinkedIn, but there is something critical that they are missing. And you're going to have that before we end today. And once you're stay to the end, I'm going to give you everything that we're going to do today is actually, you can be done in the free version. This is one of the main questions that I get is, how is this going to work if I don't have to upgrade to LinkedIn? Absolutely. What I'm giving you today, you can do on the free version of LinkedIn. No upgrades required. And as you stay to the end, I'm going to make sure that you have your LinkedIn checklist. Okay. So make sure that you stay to the end, get that link, and I've got a present for you. All right, so let me ask you a serious question, my fellow entrepreneur who started this home-based business thing with the most wonderful stars in your eyes, knowing what the potential is for you and your family. You might have gone onto social media and you're finding nothing but walls. You're coming up against walls, and you know that there is the key to making money in network marketing is having more people watch that video, right? So you're marketing videos that World put together for you. The person who has the most people watch the video wins, right? They're going to earn the most. So ask yourself, are you going too long without a presentation? A presentation is somebody who agrees that they are open and they watch that video. And how long are you going between enrollments? Whoever is drawing on the screen, if you could stop drawing the screen, I'll stop share. So hopefully that'll clear it up. Cool.
Let me do something here. Hang on.
Yep. Thank you.
Hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Go. Shoot. Let me try this. Nope. Well, maybe they'll be good. If not, I'll have to come back and do something else. Go ahead.
Well, I do know that if you open and close it, at least it stops the scribble.
Okay. So how do we go back to you?
That's easy. I'm just gonna hit it again.
Okay.
All right. So let me get back to the presentation. Insert. No, view. Present.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry.
So as I was saying, if you're going too long without a presentation, that's all the more reason for you to just take massive action on what I'm going to talk to you about today, because I promised you this works gangbusters. So here's what we want to really be aware of. What I have this policy or this habit. It is plan, do, review, revise, and redo. So I'm going to say it again. Plan, do, review, revise, and redo. So if you've been doing something and it feels like you're banging your head against the wall, then it's time to revise, right? So it's not true that if you just keep doing the thing that you've been doing nonstop, that you're going to get the result that you want. In fact, it could never get you the result. So why not switch courses a bit? And that's exactly what I did. Very recently, I learned that LinkedIn was where I should be. So let me give you a little picture of why I am so absolutely persistent about generating the most high quality prospects online possible. See, this story actually starts 16 years ago, working from home. And I learned very early on that most people completely underestimate the number of contacts that they've got to make in order to make it to the really big money in this industry. I'm going to say that again. Most people drastically underestimate how many contacts it's going to take. But these people, my husband and my two kids, who were then very small, who now both tower over me, these people are why I persist. I've been called tenacious, and I probably outproduce most people because they are that important. I have been I've been with them, or my husband has been with them as a stay-at-home parents for their entire lives, and that was critical for me. Now, you may have a different why. Maybe it's not to be, mom or dad to those kids all the time, but for me, that is enough. It was enough 16 years ago, and it's enough today to keep me on the pulse of what it takes to build a business, to keep me on the pulse of where the perfect prospects are. So I'm going to give you some stuff. It's not going to be, it's going to be new to you. It may not be easy, but you've got to go back to why the heck you're going to do this in the first place, so that when you get a little bit getting uncomfortable, that you get back to it. Remember why you do this regardless, even if it is hard, which it's not. So my story in a nutshell is I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. I found this incredible industry called network marketing. And the fact is, we made money from day one. But in 2005, my husband was laid off, and the supplemental income mom had made was not enough to keep us afloat. So I had to go to work, and it was crushing for me. Now, my husband was staying home, but it was absolutely crushing for me. And so I got my head so far into how the heck to make this work regardless. Why? Because of my why. And what I learned was how to generate unlimited prospects. This is the most incredible thing, an important thing that you've got to do in your business. Unlimited prospects. There is no limit to the number of people that you can talk to. Zero, no limits. The limits only exist in your brain. So long story short, Mom's little home-based business, well, by 2006, by 2006, I had busted through the ceiling on my business. We went from living in a 2-bedroom apartment to me buying this house, furnishing it, windows, doors, kitchen, you get the idea, from my home-based business. So if there's something that you can take away from what I'm going to share with you today is, if you take massive action, massive changes can happen for you. And you're here this morning because you've got this burning in you. Well, light it on fire. Let's get it to work, right? Let's put it to work. Because if your life is anything like mine, you would like all of the money right now, right? Without having to spend a whole lot of time. So if what I'm saying kind of scares you, like all out massive action, massive number of contacts, well, that's why we've got the easy button on LinkedIn. So there is definitely efficiency on LinkedIn versus other sorts of social media. We're gonna totally cover that. So why LinkedIn versus other social media platforms? Well, it is the king. It's the king of B2B as well. So what that means is business to business. So if your perfect prospect is a professional who values their health, I want you to write that down. My perfect prospect is a professional who values their health, right? Then they are on LinkedIn. and the people that are available for you to get onto the team who can promote this product to others who value their health are also on LinkedIn. And that's where the B2B part comes in. So LinkedIn is that number 500 million, I'm sure, is way dwarfed by now. But most people who are on LinkedIn are those professionals that you're looking for, quality prospects. And they're not going to give you that price objection. What I always tell people is, if you're getting the price objection, you are prospecting in the wrong place, because there should be no objection when you've got a product that's going to benefit somebody's health or protect somebody's health, or however you look at it. There should not be a price objection. You're just simply talking to people who have price objections about everything. So go to a different market on LinkedIn. So the beauty about LinkedIn and how it's different is that it is just business networking. So you can be a whole lot more direct. And we're going to get to what I mean by being direct without being spammy here in a moment. What you'll find is you don't have to wade through people. Can I get real with you for a minute? I'm just going to slow down here and take a second. On LinkedIn, you don't have to go and pretend to friend people and pretend to party with them, right? So this is a social media party, before you can prospect, before you can ask a question. LinkedIn is so direct. You can get to the point and nobody's offended. So if you go on Facebook and you start just being super direct, you might offend some people. LinkedIn, you ask somebody if they're open, they say yes or no, good. You're good, okay? But you're not gonna get a lot of the junk that you'd have to wade through on Facebook or Instagram or any of the others on LinkedIn, okay? You're gonna get professionals. And if you look at this, the lead generation, so they call it lead generation, and that's the truth. You know, they call it either lead generation. We call it making a list. Leads are humans, but these graphs are going to give you some pretty powerful points on why you should be there. 79% effectiveness on LinkedIn versus the other platforms. So would you rather like keep inboxing people on Facebook for 22% results, or get your buns over LinkedIn and get to work and make some money? Ding, 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 ding. You got it. All right. So here's another beautiful stat and why this mama plays on LinkedIn. 80% more conversions. That means that 80% of the people who say, hey, are you open, are going to say, well, you know what? I'll take a look. And they opt in. That's amazing. And that's exactly the numbers I see. So, as I say, there is gold in them there hills on LinkedIn for those who know how to prospect. Okay, so if LinkedIn's like the wild, wild west, you better get in there with the right tools, right? So knowing how to go forward and go in to grab that gold is critical. You can't just go at it like you do any other social media profile. Oop, that link is not for you. All right, so it's critical that you, let me take this thing out of my way. I'm just going to shrink that down. Cool. It's critical that you are that you get some things set up before you get started, because you can waste a whole lot of time and energy if you don't have your profile set up properly. The profile is the most important thing on LinkedIn, and this is far different from the very minimal tools that you have to use on Facebook. So Facebook, if you can think about it, Facebook, it's more important what you are posting on an ongoing basis, because it kind of just goes away, right? And almost no one even clicks on your about section to see who you are. They're just looking at a feed. Remember that. But on LinkedIn, everyone comes to look at your profile. That's why it's so critical and so important. So first things first, you've got to create a amazing profile, right? And you got to take the time to do that. Now, don't take so much time that you don't get into action, but you've got to take the time to really get your profile up to speed. And there is absolutely some ways that we're going to take people from somebody who's looking at your profile to connection and beyond, but nothing happens unless the profile is set up. So let's go take a look at my profile. But before I do that, I'm going to ask for a promise from all of you who are here and all of you who are watching the recording, okay? And I'm going to ask you to not plagiarize, to not copy and paste. Not my profile, not anybody else's profile. It doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't have a unique profile. And we're not in the same company anyway, so it's, you know, not as a big a deal. But it's really odd to me how many people that I've connected with through training on LinkedIn will literally just like copy and paste what I have on my profile. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to ask you to not. It's as simple as that, because it's weird. So we've got to look at these key things. So these are important. So if you're not taking notes yet, start taking notes right now. Key things that you've got to have set up on your profile so that you are going to get people to stick. They're going to want to stay with you, connect with you, and do business with you. Put some kind of pretty header in this section. It does get people's attention better. And this is your headline, right? This should not be a sentence. This is keywords. Keywords that people are going to type into LinkedIn and they may find you, right? So these little bars in between the keywords are actually a SEO tool, and that's what you want to use between them. Not stars, not commas, not periods. Use the little bars in between the keywords. So whatever the keywords are that you want people to find you as a representative of world, you want to put them in there. And another key is put your phone number. people might not call it, but just having it there makes you a more open networker, okay? Now, over on the right side here, next, most important thing, in your contact and personal info, make sure it's there. I can't tell you how many people or how many times I click on this and there's like nothing there. It's not updated, or the links are dead, right? So it looks a little different for mine, but when you go to see it, this is how yours will look to edit it. But put your websites in here, okay? So people are definitely going to come over here, and I will tell you, people absolutely go from LinkedIn over to Facebook to see what you're doing. So make one of your website your Facebook profile. All right? They'll come over there and friend you. If they're really interested in doing business with you, they're going to come over there and friend you. Okay, halt. Stop. One important thing. See this little toggle? Make sure it's set to no before you start making changes, or everybody you're connected to will start getting spammed that you've made changes to your profile. Okay. Next, this right here is your job. It's what comes up. So again, it should be short, sweet, to the point, and maybe keywords or whatever, but make sure it's short so that it fits right there. And that's going to be the first experience thing that you have listed. So the very first one at the top is what shows up for your job. You see how I stuffed the title of that with as many keywords as possible again? And then I used 2,000 characters. 2,000 characters. Words are really important on LinkedIn. They're how you're found in the search engines. And it's only, what, the 7th? And I've already had 1,780 people find me, almost 200 search appearances. By the end of the month, that'll be thousands. People will have found me on LinkedIn, okay? So your experience needs to be packed, used all 2,000 characters, and if you've got media to add, put them there. Make it as interesting as possible, okay? And scroll on down, and you've got all of these areas filled in nicely. This is another critical place. These are also the endorsements. Okay, this is where people can endorse you. These are also the keywords that you want people to find you for. So put 47, 49 of them in there. And that way people can begin to endorse you. Make sure that they're available to be endorsed. Okay, all right. That's pretty much the keys to making sure your profile is set up before you go any further. All right, so as I said, now slide is compelling headlines. Make sure your experience areas are set up properly using all 2,000 characters and that your endorsements are there, okay? It should go without saying, but make sure that your headshot is professional. It's a face on. People like teeth, okay, versus some silliness. I'm kind of silly. That's some of my profile pictures from Facebook, but I wouldn't put them on LinkedIn. Your profile is passive. So this slide is actually a warning for you. If anybody tells you that all you have to do is pay them a large sum of money to do your profile and that you're going to magically get leads, they're lying. It's only going to account for about 30% of your profile views. The next pieces I'm going to give you are the magic for you to actually make money on LinkedIn. This is where people drop the ball. Number one, well, number two in this slide, you're going to join relevant groups. You can actually join up to 100 groups on LinkedIn, and you can find your perfect prospects. So if your perfect prospect is a professional who values their health, you could go in on, say, groups for health coaches. And all of you are going to do that, but that's okay. And you can connect with people who are active in those groups. Thousands of your ideal prospects are in there. And once you're a member of that group, they can find you on search if they're searching. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to increase connections. Now, you can have up to 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. This is critical. Don't waste them, though. Okay, so what I mean by don't waste them is make sure that those connections are actually the type of people that you want to do business with. And you can be strategic and you can personalize your requests. So let me just show you what I mean by that real quick. And then we're going to go over and I'll show you how to find some people, and you're going to blow your mind. When you do connect with people, make sure that you send a personalized message. It's just going to give you the, the quick push the button. That's not going to get you as many connections. So let me just go over there real quick. I'll show you what I mean. So if I want to go find some new people, I put in the search bar. So let's think of some people who I might like to find. If I lived in California and I was looking for health coaches. Oh, I'm typing on the wrong board. Health coach in jobs. And I would come over here and I'd add a location. And I just type California, and I forget what part of California. So let's just go with, I like San Diego. So now I've got 13, I gotta check. Go away, why is this in my way? There's something in the way here. Go away, I got that. Well, I don't want a job, I want people. Ah, that's why. Okay, so people in California, and you could do this in any country, any area. Oh, I keep doing that. Orange County, whatever. I'm going to go to second and third, because first means I'm already connected. I've got almost 500 results of people who are in California, call themselves health coaches. I'd go to their profile, make sure that there's somebody I'd actually like to connect with. You can scroll through their profile, see who they are, what they like. See what I mean about how important you hit connect. You'd add a note. Don't skip that part. Oh, I probably shouldn't have capitalized it. I'm not going to hit send because I'm not going to yell at people in that. But you get the point. I hit send invitation right there. Okay, so don't skip that part. You're going to get far more people who accept your invitation when you don't. Skip that. And this is where people fail miserably. They make the connections, then when the people accept, they initially just send them a message that says, look at my opportunity now. That's not the way to behave. Even if you go to a business networking function, I gotta give this analogy. All right, would you rather go to the barbecue to find your best next superstar or to the business networking function? People who are well connected and already know how to network. The answer is the business networking function. So that's the difference, right, between Facebook and LinkedIn. Well, if you go to the business networking function and you stuff your business card in somebody's hand and say, look at this opportunity, they're probably just going to be like, you're annoying. This is rude. Because you still have to say, hey, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Melanie, and this is what I do. Would you be open to taking a look? The beauty of the thing is, if you ask somebody if they're open to take a look, you don't get rejected. I don't call it rejected anyway, but I'm just giving you the keys to the kingdom right there. So once somebody accepts your friendship, you're not going to just spam them. So instead, what you're going to do is, let's go to my new connections, my network. I've got new connections. I'm going to go to this pretty lady here. She's a new connection. So I'll come down and I will, whoops, it's working a little funny because it's on. And I will endorse her for the same things that I want to be endorsed for. Okay? I've already done some of this. I endorse her. And then I hit her, I connect, send her, rather, a nice welcome message. Here's the thing. You might connect with 20 people today and send them a nice welcome message and get 2 back. The 2 that respond back to you are your good connections. And those are the people you're going to ask if they're open. Okay, so you're not asking them if they're open straight in this message. It's basically a welcome, nice to meet you. I see that you will do this. It only needs to be like 3 sentences. And if they reply back with anything, then the conversation is open. And then you can ask them if they would be open to looking at world. And you can use the exact scripts, the exact wording that Jeff has given you to go and make those asks. Go do the asks. Make the invitation. Okay? So remember, step 1 is connect. Step 2 is say hello. Step 3 is make the ask. Okay? So I always say the best thing to do is get on the phone like as soon as humanly possible. Go for the appointment. But get them the link to the video. They're opting in. Obviously, then you're setting a phone appointment. The person who has the most people watch that video wins. Remember. So making these contacts on a high number is how you're going to get most people watching that video. So I do have on here congratulate contacts for everything, and that's how you stay top of mind. So I'll show you that in a moment. So because staying top of mind is really about staying in front of your prospect. So you can use the features of LinkedIn to stay in front of them. You can post in your groups. You're going to update your status like you do on Facebook, except not like Facebook, and I'll go into that shortly. And anybody who likes any of your content, you're going to inbox them. You're going to say hello again, right? And go for the appointment. You're going to stay right on top of the people who are active with you at all. So let me just recap real quick. I am going to show you where those notifications are because I'm on time. I'm running out of time, but I'm on time, thankfully. I'm just about there. Good. All right. So your notifications, this little bell is one of the most magical places for you.
Melanie, you're good, by the way, so don't worry about.
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Good. I know what time you gave me, and I didn't want to like.
No, don't stress it. Just keep going.
Okay, good. I'll breathe. More value for you, folks. All right. So listen, this bell is how you can stay in front of the people who are active on LinkedIn, or how you can stay in contact with your new connections. Go wish them a happy birthday. But when you send a happy birthday, don't just send them the canned one that LinkedIn gives you. Go over to their profile, endorse a couple things, see what they're doing, and then send them a real happy birthday note. People will know the difference if it's a canned one or if you actually wrote it. Anybody who likes your stuff, go say hi to them. Don't just like go, cool, that's cool, he liked me. No, go say hi, like for real. Anybody who endorsed you, thank them for endorsing you and go endorse them. So you get my point, all of these people, and then you'll get ones who have a new position. Oh, this is a big deal. Go and congratulate them for a new position. Say, hey, do you keep your options open? They might not be the best time to ask them if they keep their options open, but you start the conversation. Point is, anybody who responds back to you in your inbox then becomes a live person on LinkedIn. Not all of them are live. Not all of them are going to connect. Not all of them are actually going to have a conversation. But anybody that you say, hey, congratulations on your new job, and they write you back and they say thanks, you say, well, how long have you been doing what you're doing? You start a conversation with everyone who responds. Unlimited. You got 30,000 people here. All right, so I think you got that. So the notifications are there. Over here is where you can actually post to LinkedIn. You can create articles. This is very much like a blog post. So if you get, you know, some really juicy news about your company, why wouldn't you go over there and create a blog post with a nice link to your video, right? If you get a nice image that is of something that would be relevant to the professionals who are on LinkedIn, this is where it's different. You don't want to just like on Facebook, people do a whole lot of like congratulation posts, you know, rank advancement posts. I want to say testimonials, which isn't really relevant for your company, but they do a lot of stuff like that, like before and afters, or you don't do that on LinkedIn. Remember who your prospect is here. But if you had a good information type image that shares with them why this product is valuable to them, that is relevant because people do market on LinkedIn, okay? So as you can see, people are definitely using it more personally. I think it's probably because I'm connected with a whole lot of network marketers, but they're not really doing things the way that you want to on LinkedIn. It's just facts. This isn't the platform. But as you can see, a whole lot of really smart information gets put on here. So what if you've got information that your company is the fourth most sold device in the world? That would be a good image to post, okay? Because that's relevant in the marketplace to smart people, okay? So I hope that that helps you. All right, so, and then let me just show you where the groups are. So let's say I want to find, I'm going to go to health coach again. My caps are on, that's health coach, hit enter. And then I can go to groups. Okay. And then I'm going to find a nice big groups, big groups to be a part of. Do you think personal trainers might be excellent business builders for you? Probably, if they're open to additional income streams and helping their clients with your product, absolutely, okay? So go for the big groups and then go in there and find out who's active and friend them or connect with them. All right, anything else I want to make sure that you're not missing here? Oh, I got a big one. So my messages are empty right now, but they're usually packed full. Let's see. Let's go to, you can do a three-way chat. So if I wanted to, I could open a message with Fran, and I can add Jeff, if Jeff's connected to me. G-I. Oh. We're not connected yet, but if I wanted to, I could literally open a three-way message, a three-way chat. So let's say I was new and I found somebody who was open and they had watched the video and I got on the phone with them, but I hadn't gotten them on a call with, I could actually open a chat with somebody who has answers to those questions and they could take over for me and help me make a sale. That's powerful, folks. The power of a three-way call now using social media is the power of a three-way chat, okay? Powerful stuff. All right. Okay, so I've covered a lot, and hopefully I've given you, helped you realize the value of LinkedIn versus other social media platforms for building your business. As I said, you could go to the barbecue and try to find your next big heavy hitter, or you could go to LinkedIn and find them because that's where they are. A business networking event. And I share with you that you've got to have your profile set up before you take off, because the first thing people are going to do is they're going to come over to your profile and see who you are, right? I showed you how to use LinkedIn to connect with unlimited quality prospects using targeted search, and how to get more people to actually connect with you, to accept your connection by sending them a personalized message. I showed you how to market on LinkedIn like a pro, and we talked about engagement. Engagement is where most people drop the ball. Most people will come on to LinkedIn or any other social media platform, and they will connect, and then just post their own content and think people are going to come flocking to them. My friend, I've been at this for a long time, and there is nothing at all that will ever take the place of a personal connection, of you're actually going in and saying hello and making the effort to connect with a human and picking up the phone. Nothing's going to ever take the place of that. So you can't just connect with 30,000 people and then advertise on LinkedIn and think that you're going to get people in your inbox to work with. You're hoping, and hope is not a plan, okay? So here's a couple do's and don'ts, all right? So first of all, do put effort into your profile, target your connections, engage them, stay active on LinkedIn. The other cool thing about LinkedIn is you don't have to be as active as you are on Facebook. And I have a nice little service I'm going to share with you here. Update your status real quick. Let me just share. That I use that works really great on LinkedIn because it doesn't even show that you're posting it from an app at all on LinkedIn. It's called Buffer. So BUFFER.com. Okay. So you can use Buffer. And yes, I use Buffer for business because I have a lot of profiles, right? But you can there's a free version. And you can actually post on LinkedIn and you can set up a schedule of posts over time. So what I was saying is on LinkedIn, you don't have to post as much as you do on Facebook, to stay top of mind. But you do have to post. And you've got to have activity, okay? So that's also how you determine if somebody is actually active on LinkedIn, is coming down to see if they've got activity, right? Those are good people to connect with. That you can't just come here and let it ride your profile. You've got to put on at least twice a day you want to post. I'm going to just leave it at that. Twice a day, morning, evening. That's it. You don't have to go crazy on here, which is really awesome. I'm all about the people connecting. That's the most important and where the money is. So, I did touch on this. We all love our fur babies. And we've gotten used to posting what we eat. Maybe it's on Instagram and or Facebook or whatever. But this is not what you do on LinkedIn. I touched on this. I just want to reiterate. LinkedIn is business. It's all business. The more intelligent, the more professional that you are on LinkedIn, the better off you will be, the better and more attractive you will be to your ideal prospects who are on LinkedIn. Okay? So keep that stuff on Facebook. That's your social place. And if somebody wants to find out who you are, and if you like dogs and kitties, then you go and put them over there. That's my girl, Sasha. She's wonderful. And if you're on Facebook, you see her. This is just a little crazy little thing, but it's really important. Because if we ruin this platform, then we ruin this platform. It's not going to be this gold mine anymore. So please don't just be a spammer. Don't think, as I said, that you can just make 100,000 connections and then put your links everywhere and that you're magically going to get business. It's not going to work that way. It's still going to be a connecting with people business, whether they're your warm market, the low-hanging fruit, as they call them, or this new cold market that you're making warm on LinkedIn. It's still going to be about that personal connection. So you've got your do's and you got your don'ts. And I'm going to ask you to not waste your time. Okay, so LinkedIn is a gold mine, but be careful not to burn through your contacts using the wrong approach. And if you want more guidance in this area, I actually have a present for you. And if you go to, you can write this down right now, linkedleadsystem.com, you will get my LinkedIn checklist. So opt in there. It's going to give you access to our training that I've done, and it's going to give you the LinkedIn checklist for free. So you can go and grab that now. And if your time is of value to you, and all the things that I just told you, you think to yourself, yeah, I could do them. And truthfully, what I just showed you could be done in 10 minutes a day. You could add 20 new contacts, go back and check and see, and then engage the ones that did connect. Talk to maybe 2, right? And that will grow over time. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes a day initially, and then 20 minutes a day, maybe a half hour. But if you really value your time and you want to put this thing on steroids, then you're going to ask me about the done-for-you LinkedIn marketing service that I use, because it's incredible. It'll save your time, and time is money. So go grab the checklist, and remember, there is gold and then there are hills for those who know how to prospect. So if you want to know how to make it work in the wild, wild west of LinkedIn, then make sure that you've got the how to prospect. Oh, I was in the wrong view, but hey, let's make that big just in case people can't see it. There we go. All right. So Jeff, I'm going to open up this chat here and see what I've got, if I've got any.
There's a couple of questions there you might want to address. I don't think there's anything major.
Yeah, I think that one is important. She said, Sue said, yes, there is true. Once you are hit a limit for the searches you can make for making those ideal contacts, they do put a limit on you if you're on the free version. And the answer to that is, number one, if you're in groups, it's easier to see who's active, so it's easier to go and connect with those people. That's one answer to that, is connecting with active people in groups instead of just using search. And number two is, well, once you see that this is working, you can upgrade the premium for free for 30 days. So go and sell a few, sign up a few people in 30 days, and you'll realize that LinkedIn marketing is going to more than pay that monthly fee. If you're looking to build an international empire, then the fee for LinkedIn Premium is, I think, is well worth it. All right.
Look at the last one, Melanie, about job posting.
I haven't done any of that, no.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate this. Unbelievable. This is great. And guys, understand something. I would never put somebody on a call with the valuable team that I think you guys all are, without somebody who's done it. So this is not somebody who just talks it. She's done it. She's earned money with it. And the nuggets you got are very, very valuable. But at the end of the day, as I take my notes, guys, it's be a person. How would you like to be attracted? How would you talk to you on LinkedIn? Okay, and if you keep that professionalism, right, it's like anything. You could take these nuggets and apply it when you go belly to belly with people, when you go to a trade show. It's all the same principles, okay? But understand, and I love what she said, if someone doesn't have a full funnel, it's only because they're not working, period. There's so many different ways of doing our business. And Melanie, I appreciate this, and I encourage everybody to take the next step, because I know you could really help them out on that end. Okay, but guys, this is not about looking for the answer. The answer is within your desire, and I love her why. If I take anything away, what makes her go to work every day was her why. And you guys have seen that every single day, every single speaker, no matter what company you've ever been with, they always talk about it. It's because of what drives you. And Melanie, I appreciate everything that you did for us today. This is recorded, guys. It'll be on my YouTube page, so go back. But tomorrow morning is Open Mic Friday, so be prepared to share. Let's share some LinkedIn success stories. Okay, go to work today and pack the house. Melanie, you want to add anything else?
I love what you said, because you're right. And the phrase I use is being authentically you, one to many. Okay, so you're authentically you, one to many, and that many, that's the magic. I bet you Jeff's list is massive, right? Because he adds to it every single day. So if there's one thing you took away from me, yes, it was my why, but is that I hope that I blew the lid off of any limiting belief that you have that you don't have people to talk to. Because there are literally 30,000 waiting for your information right now on LinkedIn. So go get them and claim your family's fortune. That's my word.
Hey guys, let's give her a Diamond Zone applause, everybody. You can all see everybody now. Thumbs up, head up, come on. Thank you. There you go, Melanie. You're a superstar now.
Oh, you're awesome. Let me take a picture.
Wait, take a picture. Do it again.
Love you.
Darla, clap.
Excellent, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
There you go, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You know what? I got all these hurricane messages in my thing, and it keeps popping up to get in my way of my camera. I'm gonna do one more.
All right, we got prayers.
Got it. You love it.
All right, guys.
Hey, everybody say a prayer for Floridians. All right.
We got it. Oh, we got you. We got you on that.
Pray for Texas and pray for us now. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye, Melanie.
Thanks, Jeff. Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody.